the palace guards found what remained of handler veteran Krell at dawn. The reinforced containment bars were peeled apart like soft wire, scorched and bent outward. Blood darkened the polished stone floor in long, dragged streaks. Whatever had happened inside the enclosure had been slow, violent, and final. It was the 7th death in 8 months. Emperor Vakthul stared down at the scene through the observation glass, his talons clenched so tightly the gold inlays of his gauntlets creaked. Below him, the Dreadma paced. 12 feet tall at the shoulder, midnight black scales layered like armor plating. Muscles moved beneath its hide like coiled steel cables. Its crystalline fangs caught the light as it snarled, each one capable of piercing starship hull alloy. Burning amber eyes tracked every movement in the room with lethal awareness. The Dreadma was supposed to be the Imperium's ultimate symbol of dominance. Instead, it was becoming proof of failure. 2 weeks, Vakthul said coldly without turning. The Grand Summit begins in 2 weeks. Every major power in the galaxy will be present. I promised them a demonstration of Imperial strength. He finally faced the bowed figure beside him. Instead, I have a beast that kills anyone who approaches it. Kelvin, master of beasts for 4 decades, lowered his head further. We have tried everything, my lord. Neural conditioning, pain compliance, pheromone suppression. It resists all standard methods. Then destroy it, suggested one advisor carefully. Select a different. Vakthul's glare silenced him. To destroy it would be to admit weakness, the Emperor said. The Imperium does not retreat from challenges. He leaned forward. Find me someone who can control this creature, or I will find a new master of beasts. Kelvin left the chamber with fear tightening his chest. There were no experts left to consult. Every attempt to break the Dreadmas had only made it more violent. That same afternoon, a routine diplomatic tour passed through the palace menagerie. Among the delegation was a human named Tijo. He walked a step behind the others, wearing simple earth-issued attire that looked almost fragile among chitinous armor and biosynthetic robes. No one paid him much attention. Humans were new, unimpressive by galactic standards, short-lived, physically weak, barely relevant. Tijo didn't mind being overlooked. He already felt out of place. Back on Earth, in Seoul, he had been a veterinarian, a quiet life. Animals made sense. They reacted honestly. When Earth assigned him as a junior liaison, he hadn't been able to refuse. Pelkax, the tour guide, stopped abruptly at one enclosure. The Emperor's personal war beast, Pelkax announced. The most dangerous predator ever captured alive. 7 handlers dead, untamed. Through triple, layered force fields, the Dreadma paced its narrow path, tail lashing, claws gouging metal. The diplomats murmured in fear. Tijo didn't. He watched closely. The pacing wasn't random. The pupils were blown wide despite the bright lights. The creature flinched at sharp sounds. It kept its back to the wall. It's terrified? Tijo said quietly. Pelkax turned, confused. What? It's not aggressive? Tijo said. It's afraid. Laughter rippled through the group. Before Pelkax could respond, alarms screamed. The containment field flickered. Sparks cascaded from the control panels as the Dreadma slammed into the barrier again and again. Evacuate? Pelkax shouted. Guards rushed in with shock weapons and neural whips. You're going to make it worse, Tijo said, stepping forward. Kelvin arrived moments later, already furious. Who are you to question Imperial beast handling? Someone who understands animals, Tio replied. The Dreadma roared as weapons powered up. Let me try, Tijo said suddenly. Silence fell. You will die, Kelvin said flatly. Maybe, Tijo answered. But if I'm right, you save the beast. If I'm wrong, you lose one insignificant human. Kelvin hesitated, then nodded. Within the hour, Tijo stood before Emperor Vakthul. You believe you can tame my Dreadma? The Emperor asked. I believe I can help it. Vakthul laughed. Very well. 10 minutes. No weapons. If you fail, I will be entertained. When the force field dropped, the Dreadma roared and charged the barrier. Tijo walked in and sat down. He didn't stare. He didn't challenge. He spoke softly, in Korean. "It's okay. No one's gonna hurt you." The beast stopped mid-step. Minutes passed. Then more. Chio offered food slowly, patiently. An hour later, the Dreadma lowered its massive head and pressed it gently against Tijo's chest. The observation gallery was silent. For the first time since its capture, the beast slept peacefully. Over the next days, Tijo treated infected wounds, fed properly, and spoke gently. The Dreadma learned his voice, his scent, his presence. He gave it a name, Duri, because everyone deserved a second chance. On the 5th day, the grand summit began. The amphitheater was filled with dignitaries. The emperor watched closely. Kelvin stood nearby, calm on the surface. No one noticed when Duri's food was tampered with. As the demonstration began, Tijo sensed something wrong. Duri's pupils dilated. Its breathing quickened. Then it roared. Chemical rage flooded its system. The Dreadma charged the stands. Guards fired, and Tijo ran toward it. He stood in its path, arms spreaded. "Dura!" he shouted. No, the beast skidded claws tearing stone. It was seconds from crushing him. Tio didn't move. "Oo's a good boy," he whispered. The Dreadma froze. Inside its mind, rage screamed, but something stronger answered. Trust, love. The beast collapsed at Tijo's feet, shaking, choosing him over the madness burning its blood. Scanners revealed the sabotage. Kelvin was arrested. Emperor Vakthol descended into the arena, staring at the human and the trembling war beast. "You have shown us something new," the emperor said. "Strength without cruelty." Tijo was named chief handler. His methods spread. Injury rates fell. Bonds formed. Years later, the Dreadma, once a symbol of fear, lay beside Tio as handlers from across the galaxy learned patience instead of pain. And the Imperium changed. Not through conquest, but because one human sat down, spoke softly, and asked a simple question that echoed across the stars. "Who's a good boy?"